Overseas now to the crisis in Afghanistan. President Biden addressed the nation Sunday, said U.S. troops could stay past the August 31st deadline to ensure all Americans are evacuated as the chaotic situation at Kabul's airport grew even more volatile. Ian Pannell is on the scene. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. That's right. Incredibly, it's only just over a week since the Taliban took control of this city. Feels a lot longer than that. The situation remains tense and dangerous. A sign of that, the German military tweeted that they got involved in a firefight at the US base overnight. The details of that still unclear. Meanwhile, there has been an uptick in the numbers of people getting out of the country. The bad news, more people are still waiting to get out. This morning, the race to evacuate Americans and allies from Afghanistan growing more urgent as new threats emerge.
We have a long way to go, and a lot could still go wrong.
President Biden addressing the nation, warning of possible attacks from ISIS terrorists as tens of thousands continue to pack the airport.
We know that terrorists may seek to exploit the situation and target innocent Afghans or American troops.
In a defensive move, some aircraft now releasing flares to distract potential heat-seeking missiles that might target planes. The president also admitting there are discussions underway about extending the August 31st deadline for troops to leave, as thousands of US citizens and Afghan SIV applicants still wait to evacuate the country. Biden saying they're extending access around the airport to help people get there safely.
We have made a number of changes, including extending access around the airport and the safe zone.
But the situation remains dangerous.
There are insurgents outside the airport and they are trying to push people and they're trying to scare people. I'm seeing people dying in front of me.
The US Embassy still warning people not to travel to the airport unless they receive specific instructions to do so. A NATO official confirming that at least 20 people have died in and around the airport since August 13th. And among the 7 Afghan civilians killed over the weekend, one of them was just 2 years old. Reports she was trampled to death. Her mother, a former interpreter for an American company, telling the New York Times, "I felt pure terror. I couldn't save her." With temperatures in the 90s every day, heat, exhaustion, an added threat. One family telling ABC News they spent 3 days sleeping on the ground outside the airport without food or water, finally giving up and going home. American troops here on the ground trying to help. One giving water to those in need and using it to help keep children cool. The journey out just as dramatic as the scene on the ground for some. An Afghan woman going into labor on a US military flight while fleeing. The baby delivered in the cargo bay after landing in Germany. Both now in a medical facility and in good condition. So President Biden, the administration discussing extending that August 31st deadline just over a week from now. But the Taliban, of course, get a vote. They are saying there is no agreement in place and they're warning of possible outcomes. They've said that before. They said that, remember, with the May the 1st deadline. So it's likely they will allow it. But just spare a thought. Thousands are getting out the country, but Cecilia, millions are going to remain behind.
And they are on our minds always. Ian, thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.